Hi, and welcome to the Big Bear Homestead. Today is episode number 9 in our home maintenance series. So today, we're going to teach you guys how to safely burn trash. Okay, in this week's episode of the home maintenance, we're going to talk about fire safety when trying to dispose of your trash. Now, when I say trash, it can be anything from the paper trash that you guys may have accumulate over the week, whether it's pizza boxes, junk mail, anything like that. It also could mean scrap, small pieces of 2x4 or plywood from a project that you've done and you just got no other use for it. It could be useless tree parts, like from pine. If you can't turn that particular branch or twig into lumber, pine is nothing more than really just trash wood. If you don't have the ability to chip it up or whatever, then you need to dispose of it. And so that's what we're going to cover today. So one of the first things that I want to talk to you guys about is what you consider trash. You know, a lot of our junk mail and paper products, if you have a paper shredder, you can run it through that shredding machine, and then you can use that shredded paper for bedding for your chickens. You could actually even put it in your compost. So that might be something to think about instead of just trying to burn it all the time, because we don't want to have a fire all the time, because sometimes, especially here in the South, we get what they call burn bans, where you're not allowed to burn anything. Pizza boxes can be turned into snake traps. Junk pieces of wood can be recycled, used for different projects here and there. But there comes a point in time where you just have too much shredded paper, or you have too much junk wood, or just too much trash that you can't do anything with, and it has to be burned. So the first thing you have to do is get yourself a nice burn pit area. Now, we've dedicated this area here on our homestead as our burn pit, our fire pit. And what we've done, as you can see, is we've just made a nice ovalish, circle-ish shape out of cinder blocks. Now, the reason why that we built this little wall with cinder blocks is, one, is to help control the air. So that way sparks and embers and small coals and stuff like that don't get tossed off into the wooded areas around us and start a forest fire. Another thing is safety. When we have kids over, they just can't come run through the area. Same way with Apollo, he won't just be playing around not paying attention and run into the fire or stuff. Crazy stuff like that does happen. Now, when you're in your area and you're getting ready to burn, first thing you have to do is clear your pit off. Make sure there's no leaves and stuff on top of the pit or in any of the cinder block holes that can cause a fire down in those areas and it start to get out of control. Then the next thing is around your fire pit area. Go around in a big circle. Take the time, rake away the leaves, rake away the trash and junk that can catch on fire around your pit from a piece of the cardboard just floating up and then coming down and catching something on fire. It's been really dry here in the South. So before you start your fire, bring your water hose over close by, but go ahead and turn it on and give the ground around your fire pit an area. Give it a really good soaking. Get it wet so that way if something does happen, it'll land on wet ground and it'll have a harder time igniting. Then you start your fire. Now, with your fire, start it small, keep it small. A small fire is easier to control than trying to have a big bodacious fire that could get out of hand very quickly. Sometimes it's best to just plan a couple of hours to do your trash burning. And then you just constantly keep feeding it. Work around in that area so that way you can always keep an eye on, always monitor your fires. Then, when you've got everything burned, let it burn completely out. Then take your hose, give it a good dousing, wet it down really well to make sure the fire is completely out, and then you're done. So when you're going to go to the point to where you're going to have a fire on your homestead, you need to take these extra safety precautions, because this is your homestead, this is your life, this is your world. And the last thing that you want to do is be responsible for starting a huge fire that could take away your house and your land. Well, that does it for this week's video on home maintenance. Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.bigbearhomestead.com. Come over to Facebook, give us the like, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'd like to remind you guys of our live shows every Monday and Saturday as part of the Homestead Network. I'd also like to take this time to invite you guys to go visit thehomesteadnetwork.com. While you're there on the Homestead Network website, you can visit and view all of the other amazing YouTube channels that are part of the network, and you can see the day and the time of their live stream. If this video has helped you out, brought some things to the front part of your mind when it comes to fire, hey, give us the old thumbs up. If you guys have any questions or comments about this video, please leave them below. And just remind you guys to be nice and courteous to others. If this is your first time visiting the Big Bear Homestead and you like what you see, hey, our logo has been throughout this video in that bottom right hand corner. Go ahead and click on it right now. That'll take you right to our page so you can subscribe. But hey, it doesn't stop there anymore. YouTube has made it where you have to ask to get notified when we put a new video out. So go ahead and click on that gray bell and tell YouTube you want to be notified when we put out a new video. Well, thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead, and like always, have a nice day.